If you're about to spend $80,000 on a camper van because a salesman told you it's perfect for retirees, you need to watch the next 47 seconds before you sign anything and lock yourself into a mistake you can't undo. Most retirees buy the wrong van, not because it's a bad van, but because it doesn't match how they'll actually use it. And that mistake costs them between $15,000 and $30,000 when they try to resell it 2 years later. In the next 10 minutes, I'm walking you through the 5 camper vans that actually make sense for retirement living in 2026, and more importantly, I'll tell you exactly which ones to avoid and why. We're covering USA and European models, real-world maintenance costs, and the one feature that separates a smart buy from a money pit. 1. The biggest mistake retirees make. Here's what nobody tells you. The best camper van for a 30-year-old couple working remotely is a terrible choice for someone in their 60s or 70s. Why? 3 reasons. First, entry height and step-in design. If you're buying a high-roof Sprinter conversion with a 24-inch step-up, you're creating a mobility problem that won't show up for 3 years, but it will show up. Comfort problems don't appear on test drives. They show up 3 years later when you realize you can't get in without holding the door frame, and by the time you feel it, the resale damage is already done. Second, overcomplicated systems. I see retirees buying $120,000 custom builds with app-controlled everything, diesel heaters that require annual servicing, and lithium battery systems they don't understand. When something breaks in rural Montana, you're not troubleshooting a smartphone app. You need simple, fixable, reliable. If a van needs a specialist to fix it, it's not a retirement vehicle. And third, size versus usability. Bigger is not better when you're parking at Costco, navigating European village streets, or trying to stealth camp. The sweet spot for retirees is almost always between 19 and 21 feet. Anything beyond that, and you've bought a small RV with van problems. Now let's get into the actual vans. The smart choice, Winnebago Solis Pocket USA. The Winnebago Solis Pocket starts around $85,000 new, and here's why it's the smartest all-around buy for American retirees in 2026. It's built on the Ram ProMaster chassis, which means parts availability everywhere, any mechanic can work on it, and you're not waiting 3 weeks for a proprietary part from Germany. The step-in height is 16 inches. Compare that to a Sprinter at 24 to 24 inches. That difference matters when you're getting in and out 12 times a day. The Solis Pocket is 21 feet long. You can park it in a regular spot. You can drive it like a van, not a bus. But here's the thing nobody mentions. It still has a wet bath, a 2-burner stove, a fridge, and a bed that fits 2 adults without folding or converting anything. Heating and cooling? Standard rooftop AC and a furnace. No diesel heater complexity. If it breaks, you call an RV tech, not a specialist. That difference alone could save you thousands over 5 years. Now the downside, it's not sexy. It doesn't have Instagram appeal. You're not getting a custom wood interior or a viral TikTok aesthetic. But if you want to travel 8 months a year without worrying about whether your van will start or whether you can fix it in Nebraska, this is the one. Used Solis models from 2022 to 2023 are sitting around $65,000 to $72,000 right now, and that's where the value is. Now, the European winner, VW Grand California 600. Now, here's where most people make a costly assumption. They think European vans and American vans are basically the same. They're not. For European buyers, or Americans willing to import and deal with the headaches, the VW Grand California 600 is the gold standard. It's expensive, around 75,000 to 85,000 euros depending on the market, but here's what you're getting. A factory-built camper from Volkswagen, which means warranty coverage across Europe, dealer network service, and resale value that holds better than any custom conversion. The 600 model is the smaller one, just under 6 meters. It fits in standard European parking, it handles narrow roads, and the entry step is low and wide. VW designed this specifically for older buyers, and it shows. Inside, you've got a permanent rear bed, a wet bathroom, and a kitchen that doesn't require you to crawl or bend. The control panel is analog, buttons and switches, not a touchscreen that freezes in cold weather. But here's the controversial part. If you're buying used, avoid the 2019-2020 models. There were known issues with the pop-top canvas and the Ridge cooling system. The 2021 Plus models fix these, and that's where you want to be. The downside? Parts are expensive. An alternator replacement can run you €800, but it won't leave you stranded, and you'll find a VW dealer in almost every European city. That's why these vans sell fast and sell close to asking price. Now, the budget wildcard, Roadtrek Zion USA. If you're budget conscious and want something reliable under $60,000 used, look at the Roadtrek Zion from 2017 to 2019. Roadtrek went bankrupt, which scares people, but that's exactly why these vans are undervalued right now. The Zion is built on a Ram ProMaster, same parts availability, same mechanics can fix it. The bankruptcy didn't make the chassis worse. What you're getting is a 19-foot van with a permanent bed, a wet bath, a galley kitchen, and a floor plan designed for 2 people who don't need a dining table that seats 6. The catch, you're buying orphaned. There's no factory support. But here's the thing. Most campervan issues are chassis-related or appliance-related, not brand-related. Your fridge is a Dometic. Your furnace is an Atwood. Any RV tech can service them. I've seen clean 2018 Zions selling for $48,000 to $55,000. Compare that to a new Solus at $85,000. If you're handy or willing to find a good independent RV mechanic, this is a steal. Who should avoid it? Anyone who needs hand-holding, warranty peace of mind, or factory service. This is not a beginner's van, it's a smart buyer's van. Now this next part is where I disagree with most YouTube channels, and this is where people get lied to. Custom Sprinter conversions. I'm talking about the $150,000 to $200,000 Instagram vans with reclaimed wood, custom cabinetry, and a builder who did 12 vans last year. Here's the problem. You're paying for aesthetics, not engineering. These vans look incredible. They photograph beautifully. But when the custom electrical system fails, or the handmade slide-out drawer jams, or the bespoke water heater stops working, you're calling the builder, who may or may not still be in business, who may or may not have documentation, who definitely doesn't have a service network. I spoke to a retired couple last year who paid $170,000 for a custom Sprinter built. Gorgeous van, cedar interior, solar panels everywhere. 2 years later, they tried to sell it. Best offer they got was $110,000, and that was from a dealer who knew he could flip it. Private buyers wouldn't touch it because they couldn't verify the electrical work or the plumbing. That's not bad luck. That's how custom vans behave on the used market. And resale? Forget it. Custom builds lose 30 to 40% of their value in the first 2 years because the next buyer doesn't want your specific layout. They want something they can service and trust. I'm not saying all custom builds are bad. I'm saying that for retirees who want reliability, serviceability, and resale value, a custom Sprinter is a luxury purchase, not a smart purchase. If you've got $180,000 to spend and you don't care about resale, fine. But if you're trying to make a financially sound decision, buy factory or buy proven. Custom vans are built for Instagram likes. Factory vans are built for 100,000 miles. Now, the surprising insight is depreciation is your friend. Here's what most buyers miss. New camper vans are a terrible investment, but 2 to 3-year-old camper vans are one of the best deals in the market right now. Why? Because the first owner ate the depreciation. A 2022 Winnebago Solus that sold for $92,000 new is now worth $68,000. That's a $24,000 loss for them and a $24,000 savings for you. You're getting the same van with 15,000 miles on it, probably with upgrades the owner added, and you're paying 26% less. But here's the key. You need to buy from someone who overbought. Look for listings that say downsizing, health reasons, or changed our minds. These are people who realized van life wasn't for them. They're motivated sellers. They maintained the van well because they thought they'd keep it forever. And they're everywhere right now.
The van life boom of 2020 to 2022 created thousands of buyers who are now selling. If you see a listing sitting longer than 30 days, that's leverage. Take advantage of it. So, who should buy what? Let's make this simple. USA, reliability first, Winnebago Solis Pocket, 2021 or newer, used if possible. Europe, factory-backed support, VW Grand California 600, 2021 or newer. Tight budget, homework ready, Roadtrek Zion 2017 to 2019 from a private seller. Big money, low logic, custom Instagram Sprinter, I can't stop you, but don't pretend it's a smart financial decision. And if you're buying new in 2026, you're leaving $20,000 on the table. Buy 2 years old, let someone else take the hit.
Here's my take. The happiest retirees I see aren't driving the most expensive vans. They're driving the least stressful ones. A camper van isn't a lifestyle accessory. It's a vehicle you'll live in, maintain, repair, and eventually sell. The best van is the one you can afford to keep running, that you can get in and out of without help, and that won't trap you with a buyer's remorse loan. The Solis Pocket isn't exciting. The Grand California isn't cheap. The Zion isn't perfect, but they're all smart. And in 5 years, when you're still traveling and your friends are stuck selling their custom Sprinter at a loss, you'll know you made the right call. And that's what smart retirement buying looks like. If you're serious about buying in the next 12 months, drop a comment and tell me, are you buying new or used, and what's your biggest fear about making the wrong choice? I read every comment from buyers who are actually in the market, and I'll tell you if you're on the right track or headed for regret.